Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. So what have we got to talk about this week, I wonder? I wonder. We might have 103 topics to talk about this week. So, let's get into it. Before we get into the 103 topics that we might be talking about this week and over the next few weeks, well, I think a lot of people are covering this now, but I do actually have the list of all 103. You can pause and read them. But first of all, I met McLovin. This guy. Yeah, actually, he was in a comedy club over the weekend. It was one of the brighter spots of the weekend for me. And I think I'm just about back to normal now. Thanks for all the hey, things can only get better comments from the weekend. If you don't know what went on, then you know, just look at some of the weekend videos. It wasn't a great few days for me. I met this guy, and he was a comedian, and he was doing a comedy spot. A group of comedians doing a comedy spot at the local pub near me, and it was a good night. I really enjoyed it. I spent the next day recovering. Okay, hold on. Let's put these on. Those people say, "Who's listening to Bubbles on YouTube?" I feel proud to be called Bubbles. He's a famous Canadian. And one of my favourites, I think, in the Trailer Park Boys. Anyway, 103 conflicts of interest. Now, they all his conflicts of interest, right, are pretty obvious to us, like the Brookfield. You, me, everybody, we all knew already. We all knew he had many conflicts of interest, didn't we? We all knew.
Coming federal election, most likely within the next 120 days, and are serving as Prime Minister now, with Canadians not being aware of what potential conflicts of interest you sought to avoid.
What possible conflict would you have, Stephanie? Stephanie, I'm complying with the rules. I'm complying with the rules in advance. Point final.
Are you saying you are not open to any conflict of interest?
Yes.
Someone who spent most of his life in the private sector. There's no possible conflict of interest in your assets. It's very difficult to believe.
Look inside yourself, Rosemary. I mean, you start from a prior of conflict and ill will. I have served in the private sector. I have stood up for Canada. I have left my roles in the private sector at a time of crisis for our country. I'm complying with all the rules. Your line of questioning is trying to invent new rules. I'm complying with the rules that Parliament has laid out and the responsibilities of the Ethics Commissioner. And I will continue to comply with those rules.
But what we need to look at and what we need to just get in our heads is there's a few things. The green energy thing. Like if you look on the third page, go 1, 2, 3 on the third page, and you look down there, we've got things like green energy fuels, green energy Brazil, Inver energy, all energy things. On the page before that, we've got more and more wind energy, green energy. It's all really weird because it all seems to be something like as if this guy has got plans to make money from net zero, and at the same time, a coincidence, Canada is heading towards the net zero targets and wanting net zero this and net zero that. And with the battery thing, this guy, just checking my mic's on because it's been a shit week. This guy, he wants to mandate electric vehicles. He wants to mandate them. No, we can't buy, pretty soon we won't be able to buy gas vehicles. But who's going to make money off that? Okay, you can say, oh, well, he's got them in, look, he's done it all right. He's got them in a trust fund and he can't get to them or anything. That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. It's like saying, I've got $3,000 I put under my mattress and I'm not going to use it for 4 years. When after the 4 years, you can just go to it and get it and use it. You know what I mean? You can make things better from the background, even though you don't have control over them. You know in your mind, you know there's a conflict there. You know there's a conflict of interest in 103 things, and you can point things in the direction of those things to make them things worth more money and make your interest more interesting. Allegedly. I have to say allegedly at the end of that. Anyway, yeah, there's a lot of people talking about these 100. I think Moose on the Loose has, probably from what I've seen in my comments, I need to go and watch it. He's got one of the bestest breakdowns of all these interests, and a guy we should be keeping an eye on because he's listed everything and what it is and where it's going and why. And yeah, so yeah, let's tune into Moose and see what he's saying on that. Otherwise, yeah, 103 conflicts. Every single one of them matters. And let's just see what Canada does to make, like, now we've got something to cross-reference with. So if he does something like, let's say, modular buildings or just building, construction, anything, EVs, batteries, it's all circling around, isn't it? It's all the same thing. If we see things that are happening that we can then cross-reference to the 103 conflicts of interest, then we sort of know why it's happening, don't we? Yeah, allegedly. Remember, it's in the trust fund. So, oh yeah, I forgot all about them things that I have an interest in when I stop becoming Prime Minister and I go back to being a businessman again. I forgot all about them businesses that I could help. Yeah, it's a mess, isn't it, guys? It is a mess. Anyway, I'll see you on the next one, guys. Hope you all had a great weekend. Have a great week. Cheers.